Welcome to an introduction to JSNA area profiles. This online tutorial has been developed to introduce you to area profiles, their value, and how they can be used. Online tutorials for single maps and funnel plots have also been developed and can be found on the JSNA web pages. Area profiles provide an overview of indicator values for a selected area. This may be useful when you are working with a particular geographical area and want to know what you might want to focus on within it. It is possible to access the JSNA mapping tools from the JSNA web pages. When you have decided which of the three themed mapping tools is of most interest to you, click on the relevant link to be taken to a list of the different maps available. In this video, we will be looking at the health and well-being tools. The Geotypes column tells you which geographies the maps are available for. The Reports column provides you with links to the various mapping reports that are available for each specific geotype. Choose which geotype you are interested in and click on the Area Profile link. In this instance, we will look at the District JSNA Area Profile. When you click on this link, you will be taken to a new page where the various elements of your area profile will load. Click on the Fill Window link in the top right-hand corner to make sure that all of the elements in the report are visible on screen. To view an area profile, click on an area of interest in the map. Next, click on the indicator theme or themes you're interested in the large data table on the right to display the relevant indicator values for your selected area. To show values for all of the indicators available within the report, click on the small plus sign at the bottom of the key. An area's indicator value is shown in the Values column and displayed on the performance bar for each indicator. The symbols used on the performance bar to denote an area's indicator value will vary depending on whether the value is significantly better, significantly worse, or not significantly different than the figure for Worcestershire by 95% or 99.8% confidence intervals. If there is a statistically significant difference between an area's indicator value and the corresponding figure for Worcestershire, we can conclude that the difference between the two figures is unlikely to be due to chance or error. Where values are outside the 95% confidence intervals, we can conclude that there is a statistically significant difference between the two values at a 95% level. Where values are outside the 99.8% confidence intervals, we can conclude that there is a statistically significant difference between the two values at a 99.8% level. The key at the bottom of the data table should be used as a reference guide to interpret the symbols. The performance bars are separated into three coloured sections. The dark purple section represents quartile 1, the worst 25th of areas in the county. The pale purple section represents quartiles 2 and 3, the middle 50th of areas in the county. And the dark green section represents quartile 4, the best 25th of areas in the county. If an area's indicator value sits within the dark purple section, it will indicate that the area has one of the worst rates for that indicator in the county. However, if an area's indicator value sits within the dark green section, as it does in this next instance, it indicates that an area has one of the best rates for that indicator in the county. The worst and best values reported in the county for each indicator are displayed at either end of the performance bar for reference. It is possible to display multiple area profiles at one time by holding the Control button on your keyboard as you click on the areas you wish to select in the map. As you can see, area profiles for both Wychavon and Bromsgrove are now displayed in the large data table. You can clear your selected area profiles by right-clicking anywhere in the report and clicking on Clear Selection. To collapse the list of themes and indicators in the data table, click on the small minus sign at the bottom of the key. The map and bar chart on the left-hand side of the data table visually display the area values for a single indicator. To check which indicator values are being depicted in the map and bar chart, you can refer to the title in the top left-hand corner of the report, which confirms the indicator name and the date. To display indicator values in the map and bar chart, click on a theme you're interested in within the large data table to display any sub-themes and indicators that sit within it, and then select your indicator of choice. This will display the latest data for this indicator in the map and bar chart elements. You can also choose an indicator by selecting an indicator from the data list. This may be particularly useful where you wish to display indicator data for a specific time period and not necessarily the latest data. Click on the Show Hide Data List button to open the list of all of the data themes available within the report. Click on a theme you are interested in and select your indicator of choice. Where there is data available for multiple time periods, you can select the specific date you're interested in. Even if there is only one time period available, you must click on the date to display your selected indicator data. Once your chosen data is displayed in the map, there are several ways in which you can alter the mapping display. You can zoom in and out of the map by using the sliding bar in the top left-hand corner of the map. Or by using the plus or minus buttons on this bar. It is possible to move the map around by left-clicking on your mouse and dragging the map to reposition it. Click on the small magnifying glass symbol to return to the original map view. For further mapping options, click on the Show Hide Map Legend button. The map legend indicates the range of values that the colours in the map correspond to. Selecting a value range within the legend will cause the areas whose indicator values fall within the chosen range to be selected in the map and bar chart. Click on your selected value range again to clear your selection. It is also within the map legend that you are able to turn on and off any available contextual layers and the background mapping. Click on the pencil symbol in the top left-hand corner of the legend to open the Legend Settings box. Within the Legend Settings box, you are able to further alter the appearance of your map by changing the colour palette and transparency settings, amongst other things. Once you are happy with your changes, click on the cross button to close the settings box. To close the legend, click on the Show Hide Map Legend button. Hovering your mouse over an area you're interested in the map will cause that area to be temporarily highlighted in yellow on the map and in the bar chart. The bar chart is useful as it allows you to see where an area's indicator value sits compared to other areas in the county. Clicking on an area you're interested in the map will cause that area to be permanently selected in the map and bar chart. You can select multiple geographic areas in your map and therefore in your bar chart by holding the control button on your keyboard as you select your areas. If indicator themes are opened, the indicator values for your selected areas will be displayed in the large data table on the right. You can clear your selection by right-clicking anywhere in the report and clicking on Clear Selection. The process of highlighting and selecting areas of interest within the bar chart is the same. For example, hovering over a bar in the bar chart will cause that area to be temporarily highlighted in yellow in the map. And selecting the bar in the bar chart will cause these features to be permanently selected and turn orange. Multiple areas can be selected in your bar chart by holding the control button as you click on the bars you wish to select. Once again, if indicator themes have been opened, the indicator values for your selected areas will be displayed in the large data table on the right. When you hover over or select areas within the map or bar chart, the area name and indicator value for that area will be displayed in a small text box. For example, If we hover over Malvern Hills on the map, we are able to see that the indicator value for this district is 163.2. Similarly, if we hover over the bar that represents the district with the highest indicator value in the county, we can see the district's name, in this case Redditch, and the indicator value for this area, which is 180.9. If you would like to view indicator values for all of their areas in a table, click on the Show Hide Table button. A small data table should appear in the place of the map. This data table lists the names of the geographic areas displayed in the report, in this example, the names of the districts in Worcestershire, as well as each area's indicator value. Click on the name or indicator headings to sort the data alphabetically or according to indicator value. Hovering over or selecting an area you're interested in the data table will cause that area to be highlighted or selected in the bar chart. And if indicator themes are opened, will display indicator values for that area in the large data table on the right. Click on the Show Hide Table button when you want to hide the table and redisplay the map element. If you are looking at an indicator for which there is data available for multiple time periods, you can see how an area's indicator value has changed over time in a time series chart. Please note that time series data is not available for all indicators. Click on the Show Hide Timeline button to display the time series element. Hover over the area you're interested in the bar chart or map to temporarily display its time series data. Click and select the area to permanently display its time series data. When you hover over the different time points on the graph, the area's indicator value for that time period will be displayed in a small text box. For example, if we hover over the 2010 point on the graph, we can see that the indicator value for Bromsgrove in 2010 was 121.3. If you wish to compare multiple areas' time series data, either hover over a second area to temporarily display its time series values in yellow, or press the Control button on the keyboard to select it and display its time series data in orange. Time series data displayed in orange will remain displayed in the chart until you choose to clear your selections. To hide the time graph and redisplay the bar chart, click on the Show Hide Timeline button. Once you are familiar with the various elements of your report, you may decide that you only want to display data for a subset of the geographies available. In these cases, you can use the Filter option. Where predefined filters are available, a filter button will be displayed at the top of the report. For more information on how to use the filter button, please refer to the Introduction to JSNA Single Maps video tutorial on the JSNA web pages. Where predefined filters are not available, as in this instance, it is also possible to create a custom filter view by manually selecting the areas you are interested in on the map or bar chart. If you are selecting more than one area, remember to hold the Control button on your keyboard whilst making your selections. In this demonstration, I will use the mapping element to select the districts in South Worcestershire. Right-click anywhere in the report and click on Filter Selection. The elements in your report will now only display data for your selected districts, and only these geographies will be shaded in on the map. If you wish to display the area profiles for your filtered areas in the large data table on the right, you must reselect the areas in the map or bar chart. The area profiles are not automatically displayed through the process of filtering. To show all of the geographies again, right-click anywhere in the report and select Clear Filter. There are several other ways in which you can change the layout of your report. Hovering your mouse in the top right-hand corner of any of the report elements will cause three small buttons to appear. Click and hold the button with the three horizontal lines on it to enable you to drag and move your elements around the report. Click on the arrow button to maximize your chosen element to full screen. Hover the mouse in the top right-hand corner to display a Restore Down button and click on this to return to your normal data view. Click on the cross button to remove an element from your report. It is also possible to add text or shapes to your report. This may be useful if you're planning on including elements from the report in other documents and wish to personalize them. Right-click and select Add Text to access the text editor. Use the text editor to specify the text you wish to include and edit text characteristics such as the font, font size, and color. Click on the Add button to insert the text into your report. You can then click on the text box to enable you to reposition it. If you wish to remove the text you have added, click on the Remove All button. To close the text editor, click on the cross button. Right-click and select Add Shape to access the shape editor. Use the shape editor to specify the shape you wish to include and edit its characteristics such as the color, transparency, and border thickness. Click on the Add button to insert the shape into your report. You can then click on the shape to resize it and to move it to the correct position in your report. Click on the Remove All button to remove any added shapes. To close the shape editor, click on the cross button. If you would like to undo any of the changes you have made to your report layout, including moving or closing elements, or removing any added text or shapes, right-click anywhere in the report and select Reset Layout. Once you are happy with your layout, it is possible to print and export your report. You have the option of printing and exporting the entire screen, or just printing and exporting specific elements. A reference guide for printing and exporting reports is available on the JSNA web pages. If you encounter any difficulties when using the reports, click on the Help button. This will direct you to the Instant Atlas Help page, which contains useful information on how to use the reports. If further help or advice is required, please consult the JSNA web pages. The JSNA web pages contain more information about the JSNA and JSNA mapping tools and have links to useful reference guides and online tutorials. Should you require further assistance, please contact research@worcestershire.gov.uk.